It's time now for the Peter Channel Morning News on this Friday morning, June 17th, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Friday morning, June 17th, 2016. Here are your news and odds that are top story at 8 a.m. on this Friday morning is... More than 50 State Department officials said an internal memo protested U.S. policy in Syria called for targeting U.S. military strikes against the regime of Bashar al-Assad and urged regime change as the only way to defeat ISIS. Firefighters working in the early Friday morning trying to contain a growing wildfire in coastal Southern California and a larger blaze in rural New Mexico as hot weather fed flames that triggered hundreds of evacuations. London, the man detained by police and connected with the kill at a rising star British politics at the law sentenced the U.S. Neo-Nazi group Watchdog said. The London shooter and his wife exchanged a text message during the Pulse nightclub rampage. A law enforcement official briefed on the investigation told CNN. Searchers recovered the flight data recorded from Egypt Air Flight 804. Egyptian officials said on Friday, a day after the plane's cockpit voice recorder also was brought up from the Mediterranean Sea where the airplane crashed last month. Remy Wiggins singer Beat Low collapsed under the stage during the concert in Edmonton. Vernon Canada, according to news reports, appeared by the Dashboard Night Star, was performing in the Nova Jubilee Auditorium when he collapsed. Medical aid charity Medicine Sans Frontières said it will no longer take funds from the European Union in protest of the migration policy. Baghdad, Iraqi forces recaptured the government compound in the center of Fallujah on Friday, marking the rapid advances against Islamic State militants who had held the city for more than 2 years. Mumbai, an Indian court on Friday said 11 people to the life in prison were killed at the 6 Muslims at a housing complex in Western State of religious riots in 2002 when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the chief minister there. Hong Kong, a Hong Kong bookseller rehabilitation among Spence and Howard detention by the mainland Chinese authorities is a inflaming tense relationship between the semi-autonomous city and Beijing to import democracy activists staging protests on Friday. Orlando, Florida, President Barack Obama and Vice President Joe Biden Thursday mourned the dead and the covenant families and survivors shaken by this week's massacre in kidnapped club in Orlando. The parents of the 2-year-old boy who was snatched and killed by an alligator while they were on vacation at Disney's Grand Florida Resort this spot has spoken about the tragedy publicly for the first time. A year later, that grief still feels while 9 churchgoers, all African-American in Charleston, South Carolina, were shot by a young white man who entered the church during the Bible study hour and then opened fire. An Amber Alert has been issued on a missing 6-year-old girl and a woman who was possibly connected to the girl's disappearance in Yoakum, Texas, just near Houston. Washington. More than 50 U.S. State Department diplomats signed an internal memo urging the United States to use military force against Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Waco, Texas, a group of white students in Texas allegedly wrapped a rope around the neck of a black student violently jerked her to the ground. A lawsuit contends. Houston, a 3-year-old boy died on Thursday after wandering a car in search of the toilet was able to get out. Houston authorities said. The Federal Reserve made a stock concession this week. The economy is likely to grow at least in space for the foreseeable future. David Dinberg, the founder and the chief executive, said every business works in Canada space. We all clever for less to say. It looked like goodness, but COVID baking shot ancient spacey had to perform sector peers on Friday after the $1.6 billion legal deal to settle a long-running class action lawsuit against its 2003 household and international purchase. St. Louis Federal Reserve President James Bull is not when the federal receipts its economic protection to Washington on Wednesday when the 17 officials sitting around the table didn't put forth an announcement for a long-run interest rate. Washington, with gasoline prices still below what they were last year, U.S. consumer demand moved higher by about 2%, an industry report said. Moscow, even though oil prices remain low compared with 2014 levels, the Russian economy adapted it in its path toward growth, the president said. Now, lingering strains for a weak oil economy means the Texas State Houston may be on brink recession, a report from a Federal Reserve Bank said. Washington plans all American investors saw a range of safety features that oil pipelines that are still to account for breach before restart, U.S. regulator said. Okay, take a look at the stocks. The Dow at 92.93 points at 17,733.10. SP 500, 2637.99. And that's at 4,844.92. In local news, Alabama trade shook the metro the second congregational church Thursday night. That track total yards away from the seal behemoths rumbled over the top all the time. It seemed like all of the shaking and pounding would have brought the evidence down long ago, but still said, at least when the people stand in the springtime warmth and the sanctuary set in the sun bed. Them in the multicolored, like filter right and stained glass windows. Service did not usual on Thursday night, but it was a Thursday after the Sunday massacre of 49 innocent by a madman in Orlando, Florida. Not forever, while examining this building for the Aerosmith driver, joint crib is soon to be open. Rocky Rose Cafe, 700, and the coffee shop's impact on traffic. Attleboro, one corner of the Atlanta complex at Alabama High School Thursday evening, there was a band called Mr. Thinwheel playing smooth jazz. Mansfield, police from several Attleboro area police departments responded Thursday to the Xfinity Center where hip-hop rap festival was being held with the featured acts including Young Thug. Springfield, Massachusetts, Springfield police that arrested 3 people seized nearly 17,000 bags there. The arrests Thursday morning were made after a lengthy investigation when the police called a major distributors of heroin found Western Massachusetts suspects Jeremy Crespo, Holyoke and Boise Silva, and Jacob Fontes, both of Springfield, are being held without bail to face arraignment on Friday on gun and drug charges. Boston, a Massachusetts state prison inmate has been indicted on federal charges of threatening to kill Barack Obama, the President of the United States. In the farthest reaching universe lies in an ancient galaxy named SXDF and B1006-2. Not only is the probable galaxy one of the oldest ever detached, it also the tale of the news study published in the journal Science one of the earliest. The Earth passed another unfortunate milestone on May 23rd when carbon dioxide CO2 transported parts per billion. At the top of the first time in 4 million years, Tim Pinkton, Eddie rapid fire somersaults on board the International Space Station in an attempt to make himself dizzy and planned that the British astronaut John Kennedy the worst idea I've ever had. Philadelphia, many among us rely on this coffee to keep us awake. Some people don't even necessarily enjoy the taste of the pungent aroma. Study says coffee may not give you the boost that it does, but it gives you a boost. New York, Washington, U.S. health regulators are under an increasing pressure to move restrictions keeping the most gay black social men from donating blood. Say that any change would require years of research to guarantee the safety of their blood. London almost $122 million is needed to prevent the emergence of the medical complications of the Zika virus spread apart the Americans are causing birth defects of babies in the world. Health Organization said on Friday. Peter Chalus, I'm 808 on this Friday morning. It's time now for a sports report. Last night, the Boston Red Sox lost at a Baltimore 6-4. Tonight, the Sox have a 3-game series started tonight against the Seattle Mariners at Fenway Park. Game time 7:10 p.m. Cleveland Cavaliers forced the Game 7 after defeated the Golden State Warriors 150-101. Cleveland. This was the version of LeBron James that Mac Miller had seen before. More than just frequently enough for Miller to give it a name. Ain't gonna lose. Here's open Friday of the U.S. Open to Long Drive. Thursday, rainfall, Boston, Oakmont, County 3. Club outside Pittsburgh and set a 116th National Championship all day on Thursday. With their 2 picks in the draft, the Celtics select Marshall Brooks at number 25 and Etron Moore. As Jimmy Butler believes Celtics will draft the Lex played at TD Garden. And the weather for the Oakmont, Pennsylvania at the U.S. Open will be morning clouds giving way afternoon sunshine, expected at 85 degrees. So perfect weather for golf. Peter Chalus time is now 8:09 on this Friday morning. And then it's time now for a traffic and transit report. Let's study off down in Rhode Island and eastern Connecticut, where 395 and a step outside. A little slow to play for stretch. 95 and a step outside, and it's slow from. Put that kind of down and down to our prominence. 95 and the north bad side, so from 37 and Crescent all the way to 195. 195 on the west bad side, and then so from 114 to Seacock to Route 44. 146 on the step outside, a little so before Route 95, that's our prominence. 146 on both ends, a little so after Route 99, Lincoln North Speed for stretch. 99 and the north bad side, so 126 to 122 on the Lincoln Route. Southeastern Massachusetts and Cape Cod, 28 on both ends, a little so at board whatever but board the second bridge to Lincoln, Route 6 from 7 on the lanes, 20 from board the Falmouth. Southeastern Massachusetts, 95 and 24 northbound, a little so before Route 128. Southeastern Expressway on both ends, also to Dorchester to the Braintree split. 93 to the southbound side, also to the Boston stretch, northbound side is looking again. Mass back to the eastbound side, and then so for 128 and western all the way at the Newton corner, then hit breaks again from Austin Barrett Tolls all the way at the Mass Pack to the eastbound side, so for Austin Barrett Tolls at the Southeastern Expressway. Mass Pack to the westbound side, and then so from Logan Airport all the way at the South Boston. 128, little step and go from Route 1 at Darwin all the way at Route 135 in Needham. 128 to the northbound side, so from Route 9 and Wellesley all the way at the Route 20 Waltham. 93 is southbound side from Mertford all the way at the Route 1 St. Bridge in Boston. Route 1 is southbound side, so to Bridge Tell Street to Charlestown. 7 Tell Slow, Cowtells looking again. 93 on the northbound side, and then so from Medford all the way at the Stoneham. 93 on both ends also at Route 128. Route 128 and stop outside, so for the Lexington stretch. 128 and stop outside, and then so for 28 and Reddit all the way at the Woburn. Route 3 on the stop outside, stop and go from 485 low to Bill Rickett and the breaks again before Route 128 in Burlington. 485, it's stop and go before the Mass Pike in Westboro. 128 on the northbound side, and then so for 95 in Peabody all the way to Route 114. Highways and byways of Vermont direction made out looking good. I-87 on both ends, also the Pittsburgh stretch. I-81 on the southbound side, and then so at near Cortland. Out in Connecticut, I-84 to the eastbound side, and then it's slow for the Hartford stretch. 95 on the northbound side, and then so from Bridgeport to New Haven. 95 on the southbound side, and then so from Norwalk down to Greenwich, Connecticut. 95 on the northbound side, so Port Chester all the way to Greenwich, Connecticut. Merritt Parkway on the southbound side, so Norwalk to Stepford. And highways and byways, New York City, yes. Logo. Alright, look at MBTA alerts. Someone in that smoke express at the bottom of the lays on the commuter rail. Kingston Plymouth train 038, 737 from Kingston to Potter. Kingston operated 25-35 minutes behind schedule due to a mechanical problem. And on the ferries, they are looking again. Peter Cheladusab is out 8:13 Town Alpha. Weather report today. Punta skies are coming about 78 degrees. No, freeze wind about 3 to 6 miles an hour. Tonight, most coast come about 52 degrees. South wind about 5 miles coming in the evening. For Saturday, sun's coming at 78 degrees. Weather river wind coming in northeast wind 5 to 7 miles in the morning. Saturday at 2 miles up to 5 a.m. Otherwise, most coast come about 50 degrees and southwest about 5 miles coming in the evening. So if you go into the Father's Day picnic, no worries to the weather department. Perfect weather for a Father's Day picnic here in Dalton. Sunday, pressure bubble for 7 a.m. Otherwise, Sunday, most coast coming in about 55 degrees. So if you got Father's Day activities, golfing, grilling, perfect weather. South wind about 3 to 7 miles an hour. For Monday, Sunday, podcast coming in for about 60 degrees. Tuesday, temperature showers and thunderstorms up after 2 p.m. but before 10 p.m. Most of the coming in to about 60 degrees and chest base to 30%. Wednesday, most of the podcast coming in to about 38 degrees. And for Thursday, most of the coming about 39 degrees. Good, not near 67 degrees and podcast skies. The humidity is 63%. 19 above Celsius. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this June 17, 2069 Friday. Peter, have a good day with a good bye today to you all. See you for a DG report or 11 o'clock report. Have a good day.